know what? You're really pissing me off right now. I'm going to say something rude to you.
No,
and I don't want to say something rude
because
to you.
you're not a rude
so I'm just
guy.
going to go. Okay? Because there was no need to do something
You should do that, but
like
that's
that.
actually not
You're
you.
smarter than that.
You're not the guy to walk away and walk off.
A couple of years ago, when I first started this channel, I did several Shark Tank React videos, and they actually were pretty popular. I thought this would be a really fun way to dive into pop culture and use it to help teach basic fundamental principles of venture capital investing. Then I took a bit of a hiatus, but I'm excited to jump back into it and do some Shark Tank Reacts. So let's dive into the first one, a company called Scholly.
Next into the tank is a product designed to help students with the high cost of college.
Hi Sharks, my name is Christopher Gray. I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, and my company is Scholly. I'm seeking $40,000 for 15% of my company. College is expensive. I know, I'm a student.
All right, so if you know me, I love diving into the numbers. So right off the bat, he's asking for $40K for 15% of the business. That means that the company, on a pre-money basis, just today before he takes any money, he thinks it's worth about $226,000. This feels really cheap, so I'm going to assume he doesn't have very much traction, very much revenue, or maybe he doesn't know how to play the game, but let's see. Also, 40K is not that much money, so I'm also kind of curious, is he really on Shark Tank because he just wants the publicity for his company, or does he really believe that 40K is enough to be meaningful? Let's see.
I know, I'm a student. The cost of college rises every year, and students and parents are forced to take out student loans to pay the bill. This puts many students in insurmountable debt. But there is an alternative, scholarships. The only problem is these scholarships are extremely hard to find. This causes millions of dollars in free money to go to waste, as many students don't know this money exists. So that's why I created Scholly. Scholly is a mobile app that matches students with hundreds of potential scholarships. You simply input some information about yourself, such as the state you live in, your GPA, and press match, and there you have it, a list of scholarships you qualify for, literally in minutes. So we have the Lori Scholarship, Bank of the Tank, Shark-based scholarship, Mr. Ronapil's Stingy Scholarship, $1,000.
I like him already.
We love you already.
Boy, you're really sucking up to me.
You're stingy, man. What can I say? Scholly isn't just a business, it's my passion. I want to help students like myself find money to go to the college of their dreams. So investing in Scholly means that you too can make some dreams come true. So let's do this.
Okay, so first, right off the bat, what are my impressions on this deal? And this company feels like a really cool app. Doesn't feel like something that has true strong moats. I think almost anybody could go and build an app like this. It would definitely take some time, don't get me wrong, but not seeing a lot of proprietary advantages. Hard to see how this company could get really, really big, but let's see what the Sharks think.
Great idea. You are 100% correct. There are so many scholarships. It's a jungle.
Yes.
I don't know how people figure it all out. Couple of questions. Is that the actual app that you showed me?
That's the actual app. The app is for iPhone and Android. Yes.
How are you curating all the scholarships?
I've actually been building databases and helping students with scholarships for a couple of years now. And I aggregated that list of scholarships from different websites, then I manually input them. And basically, once they're in our database, we don't have to manage the process anymore.
Do you do this by yourself, or do you have partners?
I have two co-founders. They both are app and web developers. I'm the business guy, the CEO.
How'd you come up with this idea?
So I'm right now a junior. I'm an undergraduate at Drexel University. I won $1.3 million in scholarships.
1.3 million?
Yes.
Really?
I'm
How did you achieve
fascinated.
that?
I mean, that's like a lottery win.
Yes.
How did you do it?
It took me a while. It took about 7 months beginning of my junior year to really find all these different scholarships. I scoured the web. I got multiple full ride scholarships. I got the Coca-Cola
What was the biggest
scholarship.
one?
The Bill Gates scholarship.
How much?
Wow.
It's a full ride to any college you want to go to.
Tell me more about your drive to get the scholarships.
I had a single mom, low income, 2 siblings, and I had to work really hard. I had great GPA, I had good test scores. I actually could not apply to some of the schools I wanted to go to because of the application fees.
I think we can all relate to that story.
Right.
I'm the first person in my entire family ever to go to college. I get the value.
What you just did was amazing. So, do you think like you can get me 1.3 million for educating these bobos up here for the last 5 years?
So actually with Scholly, every student that uses the app is matched between 120 and 220 scholarships, totaling over $4 million. So it's giving them access to win all that money.
So in other words, you found the ones that are institutional neutral. They don't care where you go.
Yes, Scholly focuses on outside scholarships. We're not focused on institutional scholarships. So to Daymond, your question is, there are about $100 million that goes unclaimed in outside scholarships, mainly because students don't know they exist.
Okay, Christopher, how do I make money with this?
So Scholly is 99 cents in the App Store. We already sold 92,000 apps.
What?
How many?
92,000 paid apps, less than a year.
Okay, so let's pause there for a sec. So, cool idea, right? Clearly they have this database that he's put a ton of time and energy scouring the web, pulling in all this data. That probably gives him a little bit of an advantage in the short run, just because that does take time and effort. But over time, anybody that knows how to use web scrapers and so forth is going to be able to build a very competing, very similar product. In fact, you already see like a whole bunch of these out there. I do love the amount of traction he has. So it's $1 for the app, like 99 cents. Sold 92,000 of them, so that's $92,000 in top line revenue. Now he's got to give about 30% of that off to Apple, so that leaves him with, about $64,000. But I gotta imagine that like most of that is profit. Now he is feeding 3 mouths with $64,000, and he's got 2 developers. Like good night, like good luck finding 2 developers to work for you for even $64,000 for one of them. So he may not be losing money on paper. But like if he were to fully pay all these people, including himself, he'd be losing a lot of money. So far it feels like this is a cool like side gig, side hustle. Hard to see this like being a really true venture backable business.
Apps, less than a year, and all with zero marketing. So it's really cool. We had a very effective PR strategy going forward. So I used the fact that I won $1.3 million in scholarships and pitched reporters to the fact that I created this app for other people.
Do you want to know something, Christopher? I'm going to do something I've never done before. I haven't heard a whole lot, but I'm going to make you an offer right now.
Awesome.
Let me just ask some real questions, okay?
My offer right now is the 40K for 15%. I believe in you. I believe in what you're doing is good. I think that we will make it together, so I hope you just say yes.
I would love to hear other offers, Lori, and I really appreciate that.
Okay, so this is really interesting. So she has basically preempted this whole thing. And I think the thing that Lori is recognizing here that supersedes like all the stuff I just talked about, right? Maybe this isn't venture backable. Maybe this is not big enough business. She's already honed in on like, this guy is a super impressive entrepreneur, right? He's already has this like entrepreneurial mindset in that he's like, you know what? I want to go to college. Can't afford it because I come from a disadvantaged family. Doesn't matter. I'm going to hustle my way into success, right? I mean, how many people do you know like got any scholarships to go to college, let alone $1.3 million? It's a super impressive hustle. And then he's really scrappy in terms of like, hey, you know what? We don't have money to spend on marketing. So you know what? I'm going to use PR to my benefit in order to push this app. Like really, really, really smart. And I think that's what Lori is really seeing. She's kind of like, you know what? If I don't lock this in now, and we keep going down the rabbit hole here, the other sharks on the table, they're going to start chomping at the bit to do this deal. And so I think she's really smart to like, you know what? This is a founder, and I back founders first and foremost. And so she's jumping in and trying to lock down the deal.
That really means a lot to me. Scholly is very important to me.
I'm offering you exactly what you asked for.
Yes, I would love to.
I'm not even going to ask you, how do we monetize this? But I want you to
He
say
is going
yes.
through like major buyer's remorse right now. Because he like set the price and then he's immediately like getting what he wants right off the bat without even like having to go too far. He's probably starting to rethink, maybe I should ask for more. Maybe I should ask for a higher valuation. Let's see what maybe the sharks can like start a bidding war on this. Let's see what happens.
I started working at 10 years old, and I was raised by a single mother. When I got to about the age of 17 years old, I wanted to go to college, but I had to work because I saw her working 3 jobs, and there was no food on the table. I resonate with this, so I'll offer you the same thing, the $40,000 for 15%.
Christopher, look at me. I believe in what you're doing. I don't care about how we're going to monetize it. I just want you to take my hand and say, deal, and we will make it work. But I'd like you to do it right now.
Wow, that's pretty aggressive.
So yeah, super aggressive. And you know what? This totally does happen in VC land. So sometimes VCs, if they see a deal that's super hot, they really want in it and they want to lock it down before that entrepreneur goes and makes the full circuit and pitches to a lot of VCs, they'll offer them like an exploding term sheet or exploding offer, which basically is like, they'll give them a term sheet, like, here's the deal. Maybe it's even the deal that they asked for, like right out of the gate, like, we'll give you this deal, but you can't shop it. And you have like 24 hours to make a decision. Super aggressive. And frankly, like, there's some debate that goes back and forth in Silicon Valley about whether or not you should do that sort of thing as a VC. Some people, like my good friend David Hornick, believes that you should do the right thing. Allow entrepreneurs to shop the deal. Because what you want to do is you want to build long-term reputation. You want to be friends with people because you never know when that will open up additional doors. Other VCs, super sharp elbows and super aggressive. And honestly, like, it can work out for both. I've seen it work out for both. But in general, I tend to take the view that you should play the super long game and not be super aggressive. Look for ways to team up and partner because it's more likely that you can create win-win situations. And by bringing more people, it's just more brains around the table, more resources, and greater likelihood of success. Let's see what he ends up deciding. Is he going to take Lori's offer or Daymond's offer?
If she had the best interest, I think she
mean
would
it.
let you listen to everybody.
Never
Whatever
happened,
way, I
Christopher.
want to be
Look at
part
me.
of this.
I just want to hear what everyone has to say.
Christopher.
Like, I love your op. I love the money. Don't get
So,
impatient with me. And
Christopher,
also, yeah.
The key to your site is your ability to update the scholarships. Is there a back-end engine that's taking it all in? How are you doing that?
How many different scholarships did you say were in your database?
Between 10 to 20,000.
Oh,
Mike, the co-founder, developed an algorithm where he gathered all the scholars from different.
See, that's what we're
Okay, so why is Mark kind of go, oof, 10 to 20? Because 10 to 20,000 is not that much, right? Somebody else could like build this overnight very simply with some good software. That's Mark's concern. And I think that's also what the other shark is getting at is that he's like, what's the back end? Because he's already thinking like, is this like a tech solution that we can scale and make really big and defensible? Or is this something that somebody else really could rip off overnight?
Now, see, that's what we're trying to get to.
Yeah.
Look, you have two co-founders.
Right.
They're developers. I want to know what their skill set is because
me too, because that's what I need to understand is how you're going to constantly
You
do
walked
it.
in here
This
with a
could
thought.
be a very
and
large business.
Daymond and I both are not
So it's
even
interesting. The two guys that like have tech backgrounds are like diving in on the tech, and the two people in the middle that are more consumer products oriented, sales and marketing oriented, they don't care.
recognizing him.
Do you want a
He
charity donation or do you want to build a
no,
business? Which
that's
is it?
I mean, my goal
ridiculous.
here, I want someone that really believes in what we're doing. This is,
I told you
Yeah.
I
I
did.
believe in it.
How
Robert
could
and
you
Mark
believe
probably
in it
have.
when you haven't even asked about the entire business
because
and how it works?
because you know what, we'll
Because
figure it out. We'll take
that's
affordable
right.
next
You know,
steps forward.
Christopher,
We
you know-
will call the other Roberts and Cubans in the world to
You
give
know
us
what?
advice.
I'm willing to do it
yeah.
with Daymond. Daymond, if you're willing to do it
I
with me,
absolutely will do
I
it with
think that you should just say right now,
Yeah,
do
yeah.
it.
Okay, Lori and I are gonna go in 50-50 partners. That's 20,000 from her, 20,000 from me, for 15% of your company.
You have to make a decision now.
I'm gonna take your deal.
Good, done.
All right. Thanks.
Oh man, like really hardball tactics here. We're really pushing him to make a decision. But here's the thing that I think that maybe Daymond and Lori realize that the other guys don't quite understand. And that is that it really kind of doesn't matter what the tech background is. Frankly, it is really easy to build the back end of this engine, right? And there probably will be a lot of people that build competing solutions. The thing that actually will be the hardest is getting people to know that your app even exists. And who better, frankly, to do that than Lori and Daymond, who understand how to sell to consumers and how to drive that awareness and adoption. So they're thinking about it honestly like the right way, which is it's really not about the tech. Because ultimately, like, you're going to exhaust the number of total scholarships that are out there. What's going to matter is getting people to come and buy your app and see your ads or engage with it on your platform versus all the rest that are going to pop up there over time. And I don't know that like Mark or Robert really can help him solve that. They're thinking like, we want to build this into a big scalable platform, which in this case, like, I just don't think the market's quite big enough. Like, there are a bunch of issues around why that really is probably not the right way to go.
Thanks.
That's That's awesome. I'm really glad.
Let's get a group hug.
Group hug. Good, you're amazing.
I am feeling really great. I stepped into Shark Tank, I'm thinking like profit, but I'm really happy to find two sharks who care more about what Scholly's gonna do for the public than the bottom line. So I'm really happy. I'm super excited.
You know, when I had nothing and couldn't rub two pennies together, you know what I really hated? I hated when people wanted to give me a break because they felt bad for me.
I didn't feel bad. I don't feel bad at all.
I never got one of those.
I don't feel bad at all.
I'm not undermining what you did. The guy was a great guy.
It wasn't a
You don't
pity
know how
move.
the back end engine worked.
No, but here's what I do know. He was 99 cents an app.
Is it a charity?
He was
or is it a
99 cents an app.
Sometimes
He
it is
downloaded
not all about
92,000.
I'm a very charitable guy
Sometimes it's
too.
about helping America and making the
Is it a
world a
charity?
better place.
Lori, that is such crap.
No, it is not crap.
We are not the charity tank.
No,
We're
we are
not
not
here
the
to give it
charity
up.
That's not charity,
But
Robert.
you know what? That's not charity.
Really? How does it
And-
work? How are you going to grow that business? What's the execution plan?
You know what we're going to do? We're going
We're
to
gonna grow the business. Trust me on this.
people
What, we're gonna figure it
getting
out?
educations.
Yes, we're going to figure it out.
America, come
That's
to the
right.
tank. We're going to give you money.
Oh,
because
you
we-
didn't invest in anybody else who's going to figure it out. What are you talking about? You bet on the person.
I never got any information.
With the information, I got
He
information.
wasn't allowed to talk because you had to force 40,000 down his throat like a goose for pet
Oh my God.
No problem, guys.
That's
I
when he
thought
came
at that
in
point that I
napping.
received enough information to feel like I want to be part
You
of
know
the
what,
ride.
Damon?
If he would have just said this is an idea, I wouldn't have done
I'm not
that.
trying to give you a hard time.
agree.
I'm not trying to give you a hard
You
time. You know
guys
what,
just
really?
don't like when you get scooped. The bottom line is that this guy, wait, excuse me, I'm talking. I actually believe that Damon and I, no matter what it is that this guy needs, will be there to back him.
Yeah, because you
It is
just bent
not
over
the
backwards for
charity tank.
$40,000.
Come on,
If you're
Lori, that's
truly trying to help the guy,
I am.
if you're truly trying to help the guy, what I want to do is ask him questions.
This is all
He started
sour
talking
grapes.
about an algorithm. What do you know about
all
algorithms?
sour grapes.
It's not sour grapes.
You know what? You're really pissing me off right now. I'm going to say something rude to you.
No,
and I don't
don't.
want to say something
Because
rude to
you're
you.
not a
So
rude
I'm just going
guy.
to go. Okay? Because there was no
Yes,
need
you
to
should
do something
that,
like
but that's
that.
actually not
You're
you.
smarter than
You're
that.
not the guy to walk away and walk off. Yes, we're the Shark Tank. We're not the charity tank. But sometimes there's a point to being compassionate and caring
I
about
don't think
things
it's
that
$100,000.
matter.
Run out there and
Things
change it
that
to $100,000.
matter.
Be compassionate. You don't
Education
have
and
to do that. The
scholarship
guy,
is important.
He already died because you choked him on the
Oh my
40,000.
God.
You want to help all these kids
You
and
know
spend a
what? I
message.
feel
Be
really good
compassionate.
about what I did.
Let's go.
Damon, do you?
I feel great.
We feel great. I think they don't like that we jumped in. I'm sorry that they were upset, but you know what? It's sour grapes. What we did was great.
I love it.
Clearly, Mark and Robert realize that this founder is like a really good founder, and I think they're kind of ticked that they missed out on this deal. I really think that's what it boils down to. And it's like Damon said, he's the guy I wanted to back, and he had real traction, and like, that's what I'm backing. And I think they will figure it out. In fact, they actually brought him back onto the show a few years later because in August of 2023, Sallie Mae, the large student loan lender, bought the company. And by that time, the company had generated north of $30 million in revenue. In fact, he says like the returns that they were able to generate were somewhere between 40 to 60x. So that would put Lori and Daymond's original investment of $40,000. That would mean today it would be worth somewhere between 1.6 and 2.4 million dollars, which I've actually gone through and I've reviewed and analyzed all of the different Sharks' performance. This is easily one of the best deals to come out of Shark Tank in terms of just like pure performance. Now, it isn't a very big number because they only invested 40K in total. And so to get back like 1.6 to 2.4, like it's a big multiple, but it's not a huge chunk of cash relative to how much they've both invested over the years. But still, I mean, that's like a 57 to 65% net IRR. That means that every year that 40% was growing at 50 to 60% CAGR, right? That's phenomenal returns. So anyways, kudos to Damon and Lori for like recognizing that this guy was a phenomenal founder and helping him build it into something really compelling. Anyways, what did you think? Tell me down in the comments. Do you think Robert and Mark were like justified in walking off the stage and being upset? Or are you just pumped for Damon and Lori for kind of doing the right thing and supporting students? as well as locking down the deal. And be sure to check out some of my other Shark Tank reacts, because I'm going to be coming out with a bunch more of these, and I think there's some really fun things that you can learn from them.